So this is the first time I ever talk about how I lost $100,000 by trading stocks. Okay, I'm not talking about day trading. By the way, I was 18 years old, so it's kind of even more embarrassing. But in reality, guys, my goal for this video is if you guys walk out of here and you guys don't make this mistake, then my job has been completed, okay? Although I lost this money, it's embarrassing to talk about. I always think you learn more from your failures than your successes. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. That way you don't have to make my failure an experience for you. That way you just learn from me. Kind of like the, what's that called? The scapegoat for you, okay? That's what I am in this video right here, okay? Now, if you guys don't know me, my name is Simon Bryson. I'm an accountant, and I upload videos on YouTube every single day. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified, and do me a favor and destroy the like button, okay? Helps a lot with the channel. So thank you guys so much, okay? Now, if I'm telling you guys the honest truth here, I want you guys to tell me the honest truth also, okay? Comment down below and let me know what's the most money you ever lost in your life. Is it 1,000, 10,000, 100, $2? Comment down below, let me know. And this is not the first time I ever lost money, I'll be honest. I lost 60 bucks at the early age of 9 years old, and I haven't ever been able to forget it because that money was to buy a very important game back then that I loved. It was called Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, and I lost all my money that I saved in 2 weeks because back then I was selling DVDs and airplanes and food in school to actually make extra cash, and I made a lot of money. However, I lost it due to irresponsibility. Let's just say that. And now the short answer to how I lost 100K and not 60 bucks is basically, I had two rules when it came to buying stocks. Very simple, and I managed to mess it up just by having two rules, and I still couldn't follow them. And these two rules were very simple. Number one was, Tommy, whenever you buy a stock, buy it based on facts and never based on emotion. That sounds very simple, and I know it does. However, it is extremely hard. And here's why. Because everyone talks about, hey, this stock right here is hot. Apple is awesome. Walmart is awesome. Tesla is awesome. Everything is so awesome, and everyone is following all these trends. And even today, guys, everyone talks about, hey, I love the Tesla stock, I love the Apple stock, I love the Walmart stock, I love all these stocks. And when you ask them, they say this, well, I love the Tesla stock because I like the car and I also have it. And I like the Apple stock because I have an Apple iPhone, so why not invest my money into it? And on top of that, Walmart, it's like super huge. Like, it's never gonna go out of business, okay? That's just the facts. And it might sound like a fact, but if you go and do research, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, a lot of the companies that are right now in the top 500 companies, they're no longer here. So expiration on companies in the US is very true and very real. So you gotta follow these rules and you invest based on facts and not an emotion. The second rule I didn't follow was basically, Tommy, you need to have an exit strategy. So what are you gonna buy at? What are you gonna sell at? And if you're losing money, when do you actually sell and cut your losses? Now you might say, Tommy, it's very hard to get out the game whenever you're making money. The answer is no, that's not true, okay? It's even harder to get out the game whenever you are losing money. Now my rule is this, if you made 15%, get out. If you lost 15%, get out. Very simple, right? However, the more money you lose, the more you want to wait until the stock bounces back. But sometimes you might say, well, it just can't go down forever. Well, the answer is it can. Trust me, it can. And it could go all the way down to zero and you can lose all your money just like this. And the answer was, I tried to escape that fact and I lost because I didn't follow my two very simple rules. And that's all I have to do. Just follow these two rules, I will succeed. But guess what? I couldn't follow them. And now, guys, that is the short answer. Two rules, I didn't follow it. Now, the long answer is a lot more fun and a lot more complex and a lot more embarrassing, okay? Now, the answer is this, guys. When I was in college in 2015, I was 18 years old. Now, at age 18, I went into this class. The class professor said, you know what? We're going to build a fake portfolio. Now, that sounds awesome. It sounds fun. But I said, this is cool. However, I want to invest real money. I want to up the ante. So guess what I did? Like any normal 18-year-old, I went out there and I pirated, not even bought, I pirated every single book, audiobook, course, YouTube video, and class I possibly could to actually get all the information I needed on stocks. By the way, I even took courses at MIT, by looking at them on YouTube. They were free back then. Now, the main thing is this, guys. I read The Intelligent Investor by Warren Buffett. I read Security Analysis. So you're probably saying, Tommy, if you read all these books by Warren Buffett, Graham, all these great books, how could you lose money? The answer is, at 18 years old, I thought that, hey, I'll take what they know, but I don't have to follow every single rule. So that's how I lost the money, okay? Now, once I had all the information, I said, you know what? It's time to start to execute. So I went out there and I created an entire E-Trade account and also an Excel formula sheet with all my formulas that I translated. Now, if you're wondering, Tommy, why E-Trade, not Robinhood? The answer is, it was 2015. We didn't have Robinhood just yet. I wish we did, but back then you had to pay around like $10 per trade. Very expensive compared to free now, but it was normal, and that's what I did back in the days in 2015 when I was 18 years old. And now you're probably wondering, Tommy, well, this must mean you lost all your money. Every investment you made into stocks was like terrible. You were a terrible investor. The answer is no. I was actually a good one when I followed all my 2 rules. Very complicated, I know. 2 rules, very complicated. I just couldn't follow them. It was hard. Now, I actually invested into 5 different stocks. And guess what? Only one of these stocks actually brought my entire portfolio down to a negative. Because for all the 4 here, 75% of them, I followed my 2 rules. But for this one right here, this outlier, I said, you know what? I'm not going to follow my rules. It's not worth it. I'm just going to trust it. I'm just going to go out there and invest the money. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're wondering, Tommy, what were these 5 investments that you actually made? These 5 stocks that you invested your money into? The answer is, the first one I bought was actually Walmart. Now, at the time, I actually read the book Made in America by Sam Walton. It helped me out a lot, and I said, you know what? I want to invest into Walmart, but I knew I needed to follow my 2 rules. So basically, I did all the research, and I found out, guess what? That Walmart at the time in 2015 was actually undervalued. So I said, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to buy it because my rules say it's good to go. When I make 15%, I'll get out. Very simple stuff, okay? It's very simple. I don't know how I messed it up. But guess what happened? I went out there, I bought myself 30 shares of Walmart at $58.56, and then eventually I sold it for $71.80 for a total profit of around $397.20. It sounds awesome. However, if I had just listened to what Warren said, he said to me, Tommy, just buy to hold forever. Just buy to hold forever. I said, no, Warren, I'm going to just buy and then sell when I make 15%. The math doesn't matter. I just want quick cash, quick money. Well, if I held that stock till today, 2020, I would actually made around $1,719 if I sold it instead of making $300. Big difference, right? Now, the second stock I bought is actually Etsy. Now, Etsy at the time was very popular, and I knew for a fact that Amazon wanted to copy their entire business structure, as you wanted to buy them out at the time, but they couldn't. At the time, I knew Etsy had a niche market and was doing very well. And then I also did all the research into financial statements, and I found out that guess what? Etsy is also undervalued. So why don't I go out there and actually invest into it? Well, I did. And I actually bought around 67 shares of Etsy, which is a lot of money now, but back then I bought it at around $9.09 for a total price around like $600, but then I sold it later on that year at around $14.30 for a profit of around $349. Tommy, that's awesome. So far, we're 2 for 2, Walmart, Etsy, both profit. So which one did you lose all the money with? Well, I'm getting to it. Just give me a second here. But with Etsy, if I held on to it today and I sold it today, I would actually sold it for $2,600 in profit, net profit. All that money compared to $300. Again, Warren told me, Tommy, hold to actually never sell. No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to sell it for a quick dollar. I should have listened. I'm so sorry, Warren, okay? I should have listened. But that's not all, guys. The third stock that I actually bought was called CXW. Now, this stock right here, I said, you know what? I'm going to use a different strategy. I know it's not good. I know it's not valued like way over the market price, but in reality, it's intrinsic value. And I know, hey, although it's not like the best stock out there, I can still tell by the formulas, by the statements, by the 10K forms, by all this information that this stock still has a little bit more value in it. So let me buy it right now and then sell it later on for a profit. And that's what I did. I bought it at around $29 per share, sold it at $33, and made around 120 bucks. Pretty awesome. Okay, pretty awesome. Now, if I didn't follow my rules back then, okay, and I actually held on to it because I wanted to make so much money, the answer is I would have ended up losing around 50% of my value, because that stock today is only worth around $15. But tell me, why did we sell it? The answer was, again, I went in to make a short-term profit because I knew it wasn't valuable, and on top of that, the entire political climate back then with the presidency was actually shifting, and I knew that was going to cause a big problem with this business, because this business was based on private prisons, and I knew for a fact that, hey, if something changes here, this is going to go down. So I got out, I was smart to get out, and I followed my rules, and boom, 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 I saved money, major losses, okay? Now, the fourth stock that I bought is very interesting, okay? This stock, it wasn't based on the financial statements or my rules. I just wanted to try something brand new. I wanted to see, like, what happens if I buy a stock from the Yahoo trending most gain list. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna buy it. And this stock had a gain of around like 56%, something like that at the time. And I knew for a fact it sucked. It wasn't good at all. And the company was based on basically, they wanted to create, listen to this, guys. They wanted to create a pill to fight obesity. Okay? Obesity. It'll make you skinny, basically. And I said, you know what? This is a terrible idea, but let me go into it. And basically, I bought it. Okay? I bought it at $11, around like 50 shares of it. And then guess what happened? I sold it for $15 and I made around $169. But I got extremely lucky, I'll be honest, because my rule was 15%, get out, don't get greedy. I did that, I followed that. The next day, literally, guys, the next day, I'm not making this up, the next day, the pill they were making, around 9 people, okay? Around 9 people were gone because of this pill, because it kind of had a bad reaction. And then the company sank down to $5, and ever since then, it hasn't been able to recover. And I was lucky because I followed my rule, but again, I was extremely lucky. This is not like average, it's like the outlier out of all my stocks, because basically, I invested smartly with 3 of them, but 2, Walmart and Etsy, but when it came to CXW, I was smart also, but this one was just plain luck, okay? Now, you're probably wondering, Tommy, you're missing one stock here, so number 5 must be the one where you lost all this money. The answer is yes, you found me out, you're very smart. Now, guys, when I did the formula on the stock, the formula told me, intrinsic value formula, okay, and all the formulas I actually used, and it told me, you know, Tommy, this stock right here is only worth around $15 max. And I said, no, it's not, okay? I trust this company is going to go up, okay? Even though I had a PE ratio of around like 22. And I said, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's gonna go up. And I bought this stock at around $30.30, and I bought 50 shares of it, which cost me around $1,516. And you might say, Tommy, what company was it? The answer is the company I bought at this time was actually called GoPro, and it's still around today. But however, GoPro is sunken down to the dark place in Stranger's, what is it called, like Stranger Kids or Stranger Times? I don't know what the name of the show is on Netflix, but like Stranger Neighborhood. I don't know what it is, but Stranger Things. It's sunk to the bottom of Stranger Things, basically. Okay, and guys, I lost literally around 86% of my value because I still haven't sold that stock. But tell me, why not sell it for the tax benefit? The answer is, I didn't sell it because I wanted to have a constant reminder of, like, you know, I made the mistake. I'm kind of lying, okay? I never sold it because of FOMO. So when I got to around like $10, I was like, you know what? It's not going up. So why even like sell it now? Let me just hold on to it forever and see what happens. You know, it's kind of like an experiment at this point. But I never sold it really because of FOMO. Like, hey, what happens if it goes up tomorrow? Or it gets bought out? Or Apple buys it? Something like that happens. Because at the time, Apple's buying companies here and there. But it never happened. And GoPro has sunk to the bottom of the place. And I lost around 86% of all my money. However, I do have some good news for you guys. And here we go. And the good news is actually the experience I actually got. Now, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, from my investing into 4 companies that I actually trusted and actually wanted to get into, I made around $1,035. However, with GoPro, I lost 86%. However, guys, okay, the one thing that I learned was this, okay, if I had just listened to those 2 rules, I would have been fine. Because if I invested into GoPro and I sold it at 15% loss, I would have still profited overall on all my investments around 800 to 850 bucks, which is a lot better than being down now around negative 200 in total. Although I had 4 good investments, but this one right here, GoPro, cost me literally everything. But it's not all bad, guys. You know, all that money I sold in stocks and made profits with back then with Walmart, Etsy, CXW, and also that pill company, which is really weird now. But basically, you know, by the way, that pill company today is worth around $1. So I really got really lucky. You know, that's how lucky I got. But basically, guys, you know, with that money I actually got, I also took a loan out, and with around like $7,000, I grabbed that money and I started a business with it. And that business is worth today around $90,000. So I actually had a 12x growth, okay? 7,000 to 90K is a 12x growth. So if you're wondering now, Tommy, how in the heck did you actually lose 100K? Well, here's the math, guys. Well, GoPro, if I actually sold it and took a loss of maybe 15%, a loss like $200, I would have still had $1,300 to actually invest into my business at a 12%, well, at a 12x growth. Okay, at a 12x growth, that would have been around 15,600, which means that would put my business at around 100K instead of just 90K. So that's how investing into GoPro and breaking my rules actually cost me 100K. However, guys, you know, overall, it cost me 100K, but in reality, overall, it only cost me $200. But it's still pretty bad if you ask me. And if I could give you guys one last hurrah, one last final tip, guys, basically, you know what? When you have rules, the market has rules. Baseball has rules. Basketball has rules. YouTube has an algorithm. Everything in the world has rules. Just make sure you follow them, okay? Rules are very important when it comes to money. So if you're looking at Tesla, Apple, Walmart, Etsy, Amazon, Google, Facebook, any of these companies, just make sure they make financial sense and don't just follow the hype around them, because when you lose your money, those people will not come here and cut you a check. They don't care, okay? It's business. So just make sure you follow all your rules. And the silver lining here is, guys, that you know what? Although I lost that money, because I lost that money, I started investing into ETFs with Acorn. Link down below, by the way, full video on it and how I made 21%. But basically, my portfolio is almost worth $10,000 today, which would make me around 100K, which kind of like replaces that money that she lost from GoPro. But it's kind of too late for that because I still lost out on that 100K because of GoPro. Will I sell GoPro? Tune in next year to find out, okay? And guys, as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, like this video, really appreciate it. And also, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified. And if you want to talk to me one-on-one, uno, just DM me on Instagram, Tommy Bryson. And on top of that, if you want to join us on Discord, Discord is fun, pretty cool. You can talk to me one-on-one all day. Well, link down below to our Discord group. And also, if you want to watch a full video on how I make today $23,000 a month, well, watch this video right here. And on top of that, it's crazy, right? You lose money, but you end up making this much money. It's crazy, I know. But if you also want to watch, well, not watch, just click my face right here. Subscribe to the channel right now. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And as always, peace.